Hey everybody, it's Rob Sivori again. This is part two of bad loan modification example. Okay, Robert Sivori with Keller Williams Village Square Realty. Phone number is 908-432-2526. Here's all my information. I am a licensed real estate agent here in New Jersey, ready to help anybody with any of their real estate needs. Okay, so let's move forward with part two of this. I guess instructional seminar, right, on bad loan modification. So once again, I finished off by saying that uh, that this individual did receive, as I mentioned, a $389,000 new balance. Okay, great interest rate. He loved this monthly payment. Okay, now what he did not know is the following. I'm gonna go to the next page, and remember, this is all recorded, right? This is all with the county clerk's it's with the county clerk, so this is public information now, and this is why I was easily able to get it online. Now, this is what he also signed, and he had no idea he signed. So this is a partial claim mortgage, right? So if you read through this, right, and I'm sorry for scrolling down a little too quickly. All right. This is a basically the bank that gave these individuals, these homeowners, the loan modification said, look, we'll give you the new 30-year mortgage, okay? And this is what your balance is going to be. Remember, $389,000. At the same time, you have to also accept from us $117,000. Some people call it a silent mortgage. It's basically a second mortgage, and they name it here as a partial claim mortgage. Once again, it's just a nice way of saying, another way of saying, we're going to put a mortgage on your property. It's a second mortgage on your property, all right, for $117,000. Now, the great thing about this $117,000 is that they don't have to pay this. I mean, they don't have to make a monthly payment on this at all until until month 361, right after they finish paying off their 30-year mortgage. This basically just stays against their property for the next 30 years if they own the property for 30 years. Okay, so this is what kind of blew my client's mind. He was like, what the hell is this? I go, bro. And the reason why I call him bro is because I had known him for a long time. I go, look, and if you, I mean, I don't have I don't have all four pages here, but the very last page was his signature, all right, and his wife's signature as well. Now, this over here, I told him, I said, look, this is the way it works. Basically, what you owed when you started the modification was this $389,000. Let's take out my calculator. Was this $389,334 plus 117,000 plus 117,109. Okay, so as you can see over here, that. So if we add that, that's $506,443. I told them, look, this is what you owed, against your property when you requested the bank, do a loan modification for you. Okay, and basically what the bank is doing is they're saying, look, we still want all this money because this is what you owe us. Okay, we want it. All right. However, we're going to give it, we're going to take it from you in two parts. We're going to give you a brand new 30-year mortgage against your property which you have to make monthly payments for starting today, starting now. Okay. So that's a 389 plus the 117. Okay. Plus we're going to give you now this second mortgage, which, keep in mind, this is the money you still owe us, right? You still owe this to the bank. But you don't have to pay this until the end of the 30 years, okay? So when I explained this to him, he said, wait a minute, I thought that it was forgiven. I go, look, I hate to be, I guess, the bearer of the bad news, and I'm only giving you information here, but this is what's happening here, okay? The bank ain't forgiving you a penny. They're basically saying, you owe us this amount here, and we're gonna get it somehow. And the somehow is by, once again, this first mortgage, second mortgage. All right. So then after talking with him, he asked me, he goes, "Well, Rob, what if I got to move, right, in 5 years? Okay. And what if, in 5 years, my house is worth, let's say, $450,000. I go, okay, let's do the math here. Okay. If your house is worth in 5 years, right, which would be in the year 2021, $450,000, right? Whoever's going to be interested in buying your property will pay $450,000. Okay. And let's just say in those 5 years you're making these monthly payments and you lowered your balance by a little bit, because remember it's a brand new 30-year mortgage, right? And he's got to pay this monthly amount, right? Now what's going to happen is that, and as everybody knows, when you first start a mortgage, most of the monthly payment amount goes towards the interest. So of this amount, let's just say $5 goes towards the balance. That's it. And then the next month maybe $6. Okay, I mean I don't know all the math right now, but it's in that ballpark, right? Very very little goes towards the principal, towards the balance. Most of it goes towards the interest. All right. So let's just say this amount in 5 years is down to $380,000. Okay. So if he sells his house for, let's say, 450, right? And let's say he has no closing costs whatsoever, none, which is never going to be the case. He's going to pay, a real estate commission, and I hope to help him out with that. And I told him, I hope to help you out with that. You're going to pay an attorney. There's going to be a realty transfer tax, all that. Okay, but let's just say it's 450. Okay, and in 5 years, this balance is down to 380, right? So 380, 450 minus 380 equals 70,000. He's gonna pocket $70,000. Like that's good for him. Okay, he's gonna make, when he sells the property, he's gonna walk away with $70,000. However, now you have this, because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be the second mortgage on the property. So that $70,000 is going to disappear. Why? Because of this $117,000 that he owes against the property as a second mortgage. All right. So basically, all this, all right. And once again, I'm being very much devil's advocate over here, that he's going to get this amount. He's not going to get this. He's going to get much less than this, because, like I said, I'm leaving out all of his closing costs. But let's just say he gets this amount. Has to go towards paying this off, okay? And he's still going to be short about $47,000, okay? And so what's going to happen is, instead of him shelling out $47,000, he's probably going to have to do a short sale on this property, okay? He's probably going to tell the second mortgage, hey, look, I got $70,000, okay? Because it has to be disclosed. The second bank is going to find out he's going to make 70,000. They're going to say, okay, well, give it to us, because that's what you owe us, more than that, but so you got to give it to us. And maybe the $47,000 we'll forgive you on the condition that you don't make a penny. Okay, in other words, that's a short sale. Okay, so when I told him that, he said, wait a minute, so you mean to tell me that I'm going to pay 5 years worth of mortgage, right? Which is going to be this. So it's going to be 180, basically $1,900 per month for the next 5 years. And I'm not going to get anything back, because if my house, increases in value to 450, which it may not even happen. Okay. It just depends on the market. Okay. If that happens, you're telling me I'm going to have to do a short sale, which means I'm not going to make any money. So what's going to happen with all the money that I'm going to be paying every single month? I asked him, well, what do you think is going to happen? And he said, I'm not getting it back. I said, well, that's a short sale. That is what people are doing nowadays. Okay. And he looked at me, and I mean, I could tell it was like I unintentionally punched him in the stomach. And he told me, he said, Rob, I have two teenage daughters, okay, both of which are 16 years old, and they had already planned that they're going to go to college, and then after college that they were probably going to move out, okay? So, they're going to go to college in the next 2 years, right? Because they're twins, right? And they're both 16 years old. So they graduate from college, and 4 years. Let's just say they're in college for 5 years. Okay, let's just say they do one of those, extended college stays. Maybe they're getting their bachelor's and master's at the same time, and they stay there for 5 years. Okay, so that's 7 years from now. 7 years from now, this is what gonna this is what's going to happen. All right, the math doesn't make any sense. All right, now he also did ask me. Okay. Once again, and the reason why I'm sorry, the reason why I'm bringing up the daughters is because what they were planning on doing is, as soon as the daughters graduate from college and they find a place to live, that means that there's going to be two empty bedrooms in their apartment. All right, and because this is a 2-unit property, so they're not going to need that house anymore. So they were thinking about just selling it and downsizing to a one family. That's it. Because they thought that they were going to make money from the sale of the property, but they're not going to make anything at all. So they just, once again, it was like they took a hit to the stomach, and I didn't mean to do that, but that's just what happened. Okay, now they did ask me another question. They said, "Wait a minute, Rob. What if, for whatever reason, we do decide to keep the house, and we're here for 30 years, okay? And maybe our daughters or our grandkids, get to keep the house, and 30 years from now, in the year 2046, right? We see 2046 over here. The loan is paid off completely, all right? I told them, well, let's take a look at what this partial claim mortgage says. This partial claim mortgage says if you are there for 30 years okay, it says that on January 1st, 2046, okay, that the debt is evidenced by the native security instruments, okay, that the maximum principal amount secured by this is that amount, and that basically I forget exactly where it says, but it says that the payment of all this, let me see, the security secures the repayment of the average the payment advance protects. Basically, this amount has to be paid on month. Okay, so the last payment would be on month 360, right? So it's a 30-year loan for let me see. Okay, so 12 months times 30 years is 360 months, right? So on month 361, all of this amount would have to be payable, would have to be paid. Okay, now what does that mean? That means, okay, that on the month after they finish paying off this mortgage, they have to now either come up with all this amount to pay this new mortgage, this second mortgage, or they have to refinance the house with another 30-year mortgage to pay this off, okay? To wipe this out, but then it's going to be replaced by another mortgage in 30 years. So that just did not make sense for them at all. So I'm going to end this video right now. We're going to begin the next video, which is part 3. And please stay tuned for it.